Sirens wraps up with a haunting finale that pushes each central character into a defining decision. The series, filled with psychological tension and emotional trauma, ultimately asks, who's the real monster, if anyone at all? Simone's final decision, a desperate escape disguised as empowerment. Simone's journey ends in a morally ambiguous power grab. Throughout the series, she's devoted to Michaela, her boss and savior figure, until she's fired, accused of having an affair with Michaela's husband, Peter. Faced with returning to her abusive past and a father who wants a second chance at parenting, Simone panics. She finds Peter on the beach and takes Michaela's place, both as his partner and as the new lady of the house. But this isn't just an act of survival, it's self-serving. Simone chooses control over healing. Her trauma fuels her decisions, from affairs with authority figures to emotional detachment. Michaela once described Simone as good-hearted, but Sirens reveals how brokenness often distorts good intentions into reckless choices. Devon walks away, breaking the cycle of codependency. Devon's arc is all about letting go. She begins Sirens by dropping everything to save her sister from what she believes is a cult. But as the story unfolds, Devon realizes Simone isn't a victim. She's a participant in her own chaos. Devon and Simone both carry the scars of their mother's suicide. Devon responded by becoming a caretaker, constantly sacrificing her own life to support others, whether it's her sister or her ailing father. She also numbs her pain with reckless flings and alcohol. But in the end, Devon does something radical. She walks away. Not because she doesn't care, but because caring too much has been her downfall. Simone has to face her own choices now. Devon chooses herself. Michaela Kell, not a cult leader, just another wounded woman. To Devon, Michaela seemed like a manipulative cult leader. But that perception unravels in the final episodes. Michaela is flawed, yes. She's emotionally domineering and obsessed with control, but she isn't the monster Devon imagined. Like Simone and Devon, Michaela is deeply traumatized. Her allure, wealth, and charisma are just armor. The hey hey chant that seemed like cultish brainwashing? It was meaningless. Michaela made it up. Her control was more psychological than spiritual, and built on her own desperation to matter. Even the mystery of Peter's ex-wife, once believed to have been murdered, ends in revelation. The woman simply vanished after botched plastic surgeries, fueling town rumors. Michaela isn't evil. She's just human. Who is the real monster in Sirens? Sirens plays with myth, making its central women modern sirens, luring men and each other into ruin. Devon seduces for validation, Michaela seduces for control, Simone seduces for safety. But interestingly, Peter Kell, whose infidelity and emotional volatility ripple through the entire series, is never called a monster. This is Siren's point. Trauma distorts us all, but women are far more often punished for it. The men, Ethan, Peter, Raymond, make toxic decisions and escape scrutiny. The women are left carrying the blame, internalizing guilt, and being labeled as manipulative or unstable. Sirens doesn't paint villains. It paints survivors. What's next for Devon, Simone, and Michaela? By the end, each woman stands at a crossroads. Devon returns to Buffalo, but this time with boundaries. She'll still help her father, but she's buying her own home, a symbolic step toward independence. For once, she's prioritizing herself. Michaela will lose everything: the house, the aviary, her identity as Mrs. Kell. But she's a former lawyer and could rebuild. Whether she'll return to law or find a new purpose remains uncertain, but Michaela leaves with self-awareness, not bitterness. Simone steps into Michaela's role, becoming Peter's new wife. But the staff despises her, and Peter's affection is unstable. Like Michaela before her, Simone will eventually be seen as the villain, the next woman Peter resents for his unhappiness. The cycle is doomed to repeat. Final thoughts: the tragedy and power of Sirens. The true tragedy of Sirens isn't that someone became a monster, it's that all of them, in their own way, became stuck in roles created by their pasts. Michaela, Devon, and Simone aren't evil. They're just women trying to survive in a world that constantly shifts blame onto them. Sirens ends not with resolution, but with recognition. Sometimes, choosing to survive looks like betrayal. Sometimes it looks like walking away. And sometimes, it looks like wearing the mask of the monster just to stay afloat.